Okay, good morning, everybody. We don't have a whole lot going on today, actually. I thought with such a big pre-market scan that we were gonna come up with some good stuff, but I mean we've got some okay stuff. I think JC just popped up. Yeah, it's not really looking great either. Maybe we've got a couple new things popping up, so I'm just gonna check them quickly. Noggin. You know what? That might have something to it, so we'll leave that one open. I think that is it. Okay, so SNTG or SNTG is looking all right here, going from bottom around 350 to a top of almost $6. So that's pretty good range. We've got BCAP here. It was looking okay. We've got a range here of about 922 to a high of about 1050. Then we had this pretty massive drop down to about 770 here. So we're playing this pretty low right now. I'm not really sure if that's going to be something we want to touch. We've got Duo. This is something that's been popping up on scanners a lot lately. It's got a real low of 116, but we're going to just call it probably 125 here to about 163, which is still pretty good. Wet G is something that was running today, going from a bottom of 145 to 172, so it's got an okay range. JZ here, it's doing okay, I guess. Yeah, not a whole lot going on with it. DBGI's also kind of got some stuff going on. It doesn't really have consistent volume or, persistent trend to it or anything. So that's something I kind of worry about. We're just opening up now. Noggin's not really moving. What about SNTG? That's heading down. We've got VCAP here. Might bounce off this area. We've got a little bit of support at the 806 area. We have quite a bit of resistance to break through. Duo could be a possibility of a run. Wet G heading down. JZ not doing much. DBGI not really doing much. Yeah, so really we got a pretty weak open here. I don't mind sitting on my hands for a minute. So yeah. Oops. Yeah, if you've got questions, don't be afraid to ask here or anywhere in the chats. If I'm on live, I'll eventually see it and answer you. But even if I'm not on live or whatever, we have lots of traders that are willing to help you out and answer your questions. Duo, yeah, still not looking great. 8-minute weight roll. That's something I preach but don't really practice too much. If you're new, it's hard to read volatility right off the bat when the market opens, so you should be waiting at least a minimum of 5 minutes before you start taking plays, or else you're gonna get caught in chop real quick. But if you're more experienced, sometimes you can catch it really quick. This is looking pretty good. SNTG is looking good, so I'm gonna go ahead and start a trade SNTG like 480. Gonna go for 550 on it with a probably 465 stop loss, something like that. See, the problem is we're already up pretty high here, so I'd like to wait for this to come back down a little bit. We saw 480. 465 is pretty tight, though. We got to try, though. We got to make a shot at something here. SNTG. I really do like the whole scaling out. Like putting multiple scale up positions right on the alert, but man, does it slow down putting out that alert, and I feel like that's gonna hurt more than it helps. So, I might do it if it's slower, if something's moving slower and I have the time, but if it's moving fast, I'm just gonna put like, a decent sized PT on it and let it go. We're at $5. If you go to 480, you're 20 cents up. We should look at taking some profits here. SNTG, $5. Just to secure some. We don't know what today's gonna look like, so make sure you're being a little bit safe. Stop loss is going to be about 465, so we got right here for a stop loss. BCAP still heading down. Duo's looking really good here, so we could look at taking a position on Duo. We're probably not going to want to buy in right now. It's very, very high, just hitting VWAP, just hitting resistance, so we're probably going to be coming back down to about 134. That's where I'd like to potentially buy in is 134. We're looking at about maybe 155 with a 1. At this point, we could probably give it about 4 cents. So we could go with a 130 stop if we get in 134. You know what? Ideally, I would still like to get in a little bit lower. I don't know if that's going to be doable. I'll just put that in thing. because I don't know if this could maintain bullishness, just bounce right off 134. It could bounce off something higher too, but we're kind of hoping for that at least a little bit of a drop here. Okay, so we got BCAP CNET popping up. We can take a look at CNET. This has got nothing going for it, so we'll look at that. CNET's looking pretty good, actually. I do like the way this looks. I would like to jump in on CNET pretty much right away here. 105. I mean, you could probably try for 105. We're going to go for 115 on it with a 102 stop, so we can give it about 3 cents. 102 is still fairly high. Man, I don't like the range these things are playing at today. It's just not optimal. It's not optimal everywhere I look. Duo 137 currently, 136. So we're getting close. You could probably jump in if you really want to. And then we've got CNET. 104 on CNET. This is getting closer to a range I'd like to play. 104 is not looking too bad. That puts us at 101 as a stop, which is kind of better. I'm willing to take that. Maybe we can get even better though, you know? This could drop a little bit more. Whereas Duo's at 134, so this is the area we're talking about, 132 or 133 there. That's nice. That's exactly what we want to see out of Duo. So 133, you know, we were looking at a 130 stop up, but at 133, we could probably give it a 128 stop, which gives us a little bit more room, which is pretty ideal. SNTG is 435, so we're stopping out on the remainder. This is why we were being safe with that first one. BCAB not really doing much. Duo is something we're watching right now. We're watching CNET 108 now, which is nice. That's definitely a good place to take some profits. Taking some profits, CNET 108 because we got it around 104. And with that being said, we're up about 4% on it. Duo, we're up a couple cents here. We're at we're touching that 140. At 140, that's looking good too. So taking profits, Duo 140. Make sure you're securing some profits on the way up here. I know it's only 7 cents here, but with a dollar stock or $1.50, that's still pretty good. Seeing it's back down to entry point, we did see it drop down to 102, so it's a good thing we moved that stop down to 101. SNTG still not really looking playable by any means. I'm pretty sure it's halted down, so I'm gonna leave that be. It might unhalt and make a decent recovery if it's SSR'd. How was futures yesterday? Oh, it was good. Yeah, it was pretty good. Wet G's up, yeah. Wet G is up pretty good. Futures was pretty fantastic actually. I think I made 600 bucks in like 10 minutes, and then I kind of called it a day and moved over to my sim account because with Blue Sky, while you're doing an eval, you can't actually make more than 30% of the account goal in one day, or else they kind of call you out on it. Duo is 145, 146, 148, so we're going to be going ahead and jumping or taking some profits here. Some profits, Duo 148. I saw a question there I missed. Do I play ES or MES? I play ES almost exclusively. I should be playing a little bit more MES, but I might touch MES when FOMC's on or something like that. But besides that, no, I'm kind of mostly just ES. 108 again, we touched. We might hit 110 here. That would be fantastic. Duo's at 150. We saw 153. So make sure you're scaling out some around this price point, right? Because we're up huge on this. We're almost up, just touching 20 cents actually, which is big on a stock this size. CNET still looking okay. BCAP still heading down. Wet G not doing much. JZ, you know what? That's a nice curl up so far, but I'm really not seeing the volume or price action I like. And DBGI is not doing much either. So we can close down DBGI for sure. BCAB, honestly, it's already at a high enough price point, and the range is the range is okay, but this is looking more like a short than anything. So I'm just gonna close that down for now. We'll leave open SNTG. JUPW. Jupiter Wellness. Interesting, interesting. 94 cents to 116, so we got a good range there. That's something we could possibly play. KPTI, yeah, it's not doing a whole lot. Duo's down a little bit. CNET's still struggling here. SNTG is still halted. JUPW here gapping up a little bit. KPTI, yeah, don't really like this. OCFT. Duo Rising, yeah. OCFT, not really doing a whole lot. Got Prop. Prop is doing okay here, 405 to 480, nice range. Price action's not really all there though. Volume's definitely not there either. I think we'll leave it be. CNET still looking okay. Duo, you know what? We are down to that 140 area, but we did have such a massive run. We're almost out of shares anyway, so this isn't bad. I'd actually like to see this drop down to the 20 EMA here at 136. Any learning resources for futures you recommend? I mean, Wiz has a course on it. He was supposed to get it up on our e-learning platform, but I don't think it's quite up there yet. What else? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what resources everybody used to learn futures. It's not a lot different from trading pennies. You still use price action a lot. I also use Toro Indicator a lot on it, and Viper. But Viper's I'm not sure if I like Viper too much on it. I do like Toro though, so that could be something to look into. Yeah, it's an in-house indicator we built. It works okay for pennies. It's these like little, well, not littles, these big triangles and the flags. They all mean something. Viper algo, but I find the Viper's pretty inconsistent. I just use them both on the chart though, so if they both say to go long, I usually just do it. So we dropped down past that 20 EMA here, 135. This could be a really good place to buy back, so I'm gonna go ahead and buy some. We're gonna go. What is this? Duo. Drawing a blank here. 135. I'm gonna go for about 150 on it because I know we can hit it, and a 130 stop out because 5 cents is it's an okay range. If we could get better, I'd like to drop that down, but I don't think we'll get better, so I'm okay with just buying in 135. CNET hits that 110 we were talking about. You could take a little bit more here if you want. We're up 2 more cents, which is 2%. So taking profits, CNET 110. Might hit a 111 here. That would be great. I would much prefer 111. But I want to be greedy and wait for it. We can always take more later. W down a little bit. We got Prop not really doing anything. Wet G back down. CNET hovering 109, 110. Duo slightly holding on here, 135. And we have SNTG back up, and we're going to be jumping back in right now. SNTG 450. We're going to go for $5 on it, and then a 435 stop. We're going to give it a fairly tight stop. So you want to give it about 15 cents. 470. At 480, I'll think about taking some profits. I did jump in a little late here. Nice curl up, textbook curl up. Lots of buying volume coming in, so we're good. CNET here hitting 111. That's what we were talking about. Duo still struggling, but it's looking okay. 474. We just about touched that 480 there. We hit 478, so anywhere around there is going to be good to take profits. Okay, so profits. SNTG 478. Oh, I'm going to say 480-ish. Anywhere around 480 is going to be good. Duo with a massive drop. We're just hitting a stop on this. That is unbelievable. We did hit 139, which would have been an okay scale out point, but I was not watching this one, so I'm taking the complete stop out. And it just touched our stop too. I kind of want to buy back in on this because I know this is going to go. Well, first I have to say Duo stopped out. But then I think I'm just going to go ahead and try to get another entry here on Duo, maybe 128. But I don't know if we're going to break this 130. It's looking like it's holding pretty good, so we'll try for 130 right now. We'll go 130 to 1. Maybe we'll try for that 150 because we still know it can hit it. And then we'll go. We just want about a 5 cent stop. It looks like we're dropping a little bit, so we could look at maybe a 120, 126 entry. And then we'll go with a 121. We'll give the 122 stop. 120, 126, 122. Yeah, that makes sense. We'll go for 122 stop. Okay. So We did stop out. We're jumping back in. It is looking good. Juke W here could be another opportunity. CNET 115. We hit 117 almost. We just touched 118 on CNET, taking more profit. CNET 118-ish. That's huge. We're up real big on CNET too, right? So we're doing really good with some of these $1 stocks. Duo's back up to 130. So you know what? Getting in around 126 is already paying off. And I kind of want to secure a little bit because I don't want to hit another stop right away. Taking profits, Duo 131-ish. Okay. SNTG completely forgot to watch it, but we are already up past $5. So I guess that's SNTG taking some profits on halt because we're halted again. We halted at 6:43. So we got 4 minutes on this halt, unless it's a 10-minute halt. It could be a 10-minute halt because we've already halted once, but that was a downward halt. This is an upward halt, so it could be just a 5-minute. So we hit that 118. Looks like we're coming down for a little bit of a retracement here. I suspect we'll come down to 107. JIPW here, it's, you know what, this looks like it's pretty decent. We're, you know, able to go from 104 to maybe like 117. This is another one where I think big profits can come out of nowhere, so I'm going to go JIPW. I'd like to get a 106. I'm going to aim for that 120 area with a 103. Yeah, no, let's give it a 102 stop. I think you might even need a little more room, but I don't really want to, you know, mess around with that. I think 102 is going to should be fine unless we see a bigger drop, which could happen, but you know, we'll see. W 106. Watch the spread too, right? You want to make sure that you're not buying in on big spread. CNET back up 117, hitting 118. Duo still holding pretty well here. SNTG still halted. And of course, Juke W 108. So we're already slightly in profit on Juke W. Duo kind of hoping for a little bit more out of it, but we will have to see. Arab we can take a look at. I got 126, yeah. Arab. Yeah, you know what? This could be a good recovery play. I'm not really sure. These candles are big. It's going from 131 to 1. Well, you know what? It's big, but they're really not showing you a whole lot. It's like 1 cent there. Yeah, it's that 30-cent range, and I really, you know what? I just don't like the 30-cent range because that means like maybe if we really push it, like a 2-cent stop. SNTG halt up, yep. Halted, yep. Duo still sitting around 130, which is not a bad thing. It's consolidating. CNET's coming down a little bit here. I would like to pick up some more CNET shares if it does drop. Jay-Z's really got nothing going on. I'll keep Arab open because I think this does have potential. It's just not where I would like it to be. We could take a look at here. I'm pretty sure I looked at this earlier and it was crap, but that was pre-market. Yeah, it's still pretty crap. PBYI? No. Don't like that either. Okay, I think we're good with what we got so far. Juke 109, hitting that 110 area, which is looking pretty good. That is 4 cents up. That's 4%. So look at taking some profits around 110. Taking some profits. Juke W 110. So after that, you know, the next one we're looking at is probably going to be about 113 right there. And then I'd like to take some at around like 117. And then probably looking at 120. CNET back down to 110. I would really consider buying in around this like 106 area. Maybe 106, 107. If it looks like it's got some weakness to it, maybe we push for like 104. Duo, I mean, we already took a 130, so we're looking probably. I would like to take some more, probably like closer to 140. I don't know if we'll quite make that push though, so I'm gonna say 137. And then probably like once we get past that, around 144. And then of course we're aiming for 150, and that's going to be a solid place to take some profits. SNTG's unhalt around 540, so let's go ahead and take some profits. SNTG 550, 560. We're all getting pretty close to another area it could halt, so make sure you do take some profits here. That was huge. That was a huge play again. 450 to 550 basically so far. Cheap W on its way up here, 111. Just need a little gap up to hit 113 there. Did you get back into SNTG Necro? Showing a little bit of weakness here, but if you got in around that $5 range, it might be okay. CNET's back down a little bit. Duo still holding. You're back bonus week. Well, it is risky, right? It's risky getting in after a halt. It's really nice when you're in before one, but you know what? If we see a decent pullback down to the 200 and we see it kind of hesitate there, maybe that's the opportunity to get back in. Juke W touching 113. That's our next profit taking. Yeah. I mean, technically speaking, we shouldn't have any minors here. However, that being said, I know we do. People with custodial accounts or, trading on their parents' accounts and stuff. So, yeah, we try to keep it PG for the most part. SNTG is looking okay, I guess. It's holding, so that's nice. Duo, yeah, I would really like to see this move up to that 137 area. CNET, I don't think it's going to give us the entry we want, which is okay. We still have a couple shares left, but I am kind of rooting for getting a little bit more out of this. Wetgy back up a little bit. We're seeing those bands kind of decide on a color now, which is kind of good, I guess. Nothing new popping up, so we're stuck with what we got. Just on SNTG, there you go. See, you're back in the groove. Think you were having a little rough go there for a couple days. Juke W looks good. CNET's looking good. Duo's kind of not looking great, but that's okay. I think we have a good chance we're going to bounce off the support area at 127. If we start breaking down from 127, you might want to cut earlier than 122. It happens though. Everybody's got those bad days or bad weeks, and I try to make it very clear to everybody that progression is not linear in the stock market world. So you're gonna start out, you're gonna do great for a couple weeks, then you're gonna do absolutely terrible for a week or two, and you're gonna think that you suck at it, and then the next week you're gonna do great again, and it's hard to keep track of the actual progress that you're making because of that. That's why like ledgering is really important and keeping track of all your trades and knowing why you took them and understanding that sometimes you obviously can't control the market. So this is looking good to cut. Yeah, there it is. So if you're holding on to Duo there for longer, yeah, like I said, anything past that, this 126 is looking like a cut. And we just saw a huge knife down. So I don't think we're going to touch it again unless we see this start breaking back up. So we'll just leave this be for now. Juke W making a push here, hits 115. We're looking for 117. Move this down just a tiny bit there, 117 right there. And this one, I wonder if I can get that right on 120. Close enough. Yep, it is a mood. Stock market's a mood. But yeah, progression is definitely not linear, and I think that's what gets most people, right? Because they start learning and then they see all the success and they're like, holy crap, this is way easier than I thought it was. And then all of a sudden the market just beats the crap out of them. And then they lose all faith, and then either you're stubborn and you come back and you try again, or you're not stubborn and you give up. That's why it takes a little bit of stubbornness to be good at this. Duo possibly coming back from here, but I honestly don't know if I trust this. I know this is like what was that Neuro yesterday where took a couple trades on it, made a little bit of money, not a lot, but yeah, I was very close to getting stopped out a lot on it, so I'm not sure I want to touch Duo again. Exactly, and you do want to size down a lot. SNTG knife. This could be, yeah, I'm not sure if that's worth playing yet. I think we're probably looking for this. It's hard to tell, actually. It's really hard to tell where the level is we should be looking for support. We might be looking at like a 470 drop. So we're getting there. We're pretty close, but if it breaks 470, we might be looking at 460, right? So your stop loss on this would have to be too tight to just kind of guess an entry. We'll see what happens. We're right at that zero threshold. Yeah, on the 5 minute, we're looking like possibly a pullback down to that 476 area, which is kind of exactly where we bounced off of already. So, yeah, hard maybe. And yeah, that's the thing, right? You definitely want to be sizing down when you're finding that you're not successful, because if you're just losing money, I mean, we're here to make money. We're not here to lose money, right? So if you're finding that you're not having success, sizing down even to like one share a trade for a while and just build your way back up with success. You don't want to sit there and lose a lot every day. CNET's looking like it wants to make another push here. What did we get on CNET last time? I got 117 on it, so it's not too bad, I guess. We did hit 118. I think we're going to be going up higher on this. We're not going to get the entry we wanted on it, unfortunately. SNTG went a little lower here. I'm not quite ready to call it a bounce just yet. CNET still looking okay. Duo, not really something I want to touch just yet. BCAD picking. Let's take a look. Yeah, a little bit here. 670 to 780, so we got a whole dollar move. It's looking okay. I'll keep it open because we don't have a ton of options today. Jupe W, still trying to make that push to that 117 level. If we hit 117, that'll be a huge trade on this because we got 106 as an entry, right? So that'll be about 10%. CNET's doing really well for us too. CNET, we got a 104 entry, 117 tops here. We're just seeing 117 again. So if you didn't take profit around 117, 118, I would definitely consider doing that because the band up there is pretty tight, right? SNTG does look like it's starting to curl. This could be a possibility. Duo's still, you know what? Duo's still holding here. We see this MACD starting to recover, but we're not seeing any price action with it. So this is what kind of makes me want to stay away. I'm really hoping, because we're getting close to the bottom band coming pretty tight with where we want to get in, right? So either we're going to have to reassess where we want to jump in on CNET or we need a sharp drop. And Juke W dropping. I mean, Juke W2 could be another good play if we can get this fairly low. Like, I mean, right on VWAP here, 110 might be okay, but again, that's still sort of high from where I want to get in on it. Yeah, SNTG is kind of all over the place. We'll give it a minute. Okay. CNET's looking okay. Yeah, Duo bottom band's starting to curl up dramatically here, but I'd like to see more volume. Got a couple things with losing volume here, which is not necessarily good. CNET looks like it wants to go for this. 30 seconds left on this candle. We might be losing volume on CNET. I was looking at Mara and Riot. Like they're okay. The problem that I find is those are tied to Bitcoin and crypto, and that market's just not great. So when you don't have a bull run in a crypto market and you're picking crypto stocks, they generally like don't give you the moves that are expected out of it. It's tied to something that's not really related to the stock market, right? So if you see a crypto tank, you could have that tank too. So you kind of have to be watching crypto and those stocks to make day trades off it. I've tried before. I haven't had much success. I know some other people have had success with it. I do have some Riot in my long-term holdings, and I really should average down because I think I'm at like $18 on Riot. Juke W heading back down a little bit here. CNET making that push. Duo not doing anything. SNTG, you know what? This is starting to curl up. It's at 565, yeah. I think I'm going to jump back in on SNTG. SNTG. I'm going to go for about $5 on it. Maybe a little lower if you can get it. Gonna go for like 560 on it with a 5. I don't know, I'll go for 80 stop loss. That's like really tight, but I think we just kind of have to jump in on it. Hope for the best. Looks like we're picking up momentum. Volume's picking up. 480. SMTG. I am thinking, oh, we got another halt on ANPC here. I'm thinking of taking some profit here on, never mind, it's halted. Yeah, I bought in a little late on that 511, so I'm already 10 cents higher, so I kind of actually have to move this to like 491 for my stop, but kind of want to take profits here to be safe, and then it halted, which is like kind of making me sweat a little bit, but that's okay. I'm sure it'll be fine when it unhalts. We saw a nice move up on the unhalt last time, so same, I hope. We'll keep that in mind. Hit 469 like I called, yeah. Yeah, it would have been great if I got in on it though, right? I don't know why I didn't. Sometimes I just don't trust myself. Wet or Jupiter here is looking okay. We looks like we're topping out at this 115 area. So if you see this touch 115 again and you're not averaged out around 113 or higher, I would probably look at averaging some more shares out there. CNET bands are coming in really tight. We're probably not going to be getting this 107 entry. So we'll reassess getting in on this a little bit later here when we see an opportunity. I mean, the opportunity might look like 110 at this point. I'm going to go ahead and make the announcement to take profits on this on unhalt. Take profits, SNPG on unhalt. So yeah, pushing 116 again, Juke W. Yeah, we're really having a hard time pushing this to 117, but I think it's only going to take one good candle to get there. So basically what I'm saying is you might want to have a limit sell there around 117 because you're probably going to miss it. It'll probably be pretty quick. Rough day, but you made it out alive. Nice. Yep. That duo got you pretty good, eh? Damn. Yeah, duo was full of fakes. Cena hitting 118, we're pushing to 120. So, I mean, again, you know what? You could take a little bit more out around 120 if your average isn't around 117. Yeah, there you go. That should always be the goal. Once you learn, the money comes, but if you're chasing the money, you're never going to get it. That's unfortunately just how it works. It's got to embrace the process. You know what, man? Sometimes it takes a year. It took me like 3 years. I've seen people pick it up in like 3 months, and I've seen people who take years and years to pick it up. So I don't think there's a right amount of time it takes for someone to actually learn how to day trade. I think it's all over the place. Exactly. You're young. You got lots and lots of time to learn. Yeah, it's hard. It's definitely hard. I mean, I think you were around for the end of the bull market last time, where like things were just absolutely flying. It's so easy to make money in a market like that. You just missed it, yeah. Yeah, exactly. And then like And that's why learning isn't linear, right? Because you could get really good at playing this market, and then 3 months from now, it could be a completely different market, and you're like having a really hard time. Although I have to say it's easier to learn this way when you're in a crap market going into a good market, because if you went from a good market into a crap market, a lot of people, it absolutely destroys their mental and they have a hard time. Where, like the only real challenge going from a crap market to a good market is you take less money than you should have on trades, I guess. Like you could hold longer in a good market. Yeah. Yeah. Most people lost most of their savings. Because if you were doing trading like at the beginning of the pandemic, you could make money on anything, right? So you probably made a ton of money. Everybody made a ton of money. And then you took that confidence and the lack of skill into this market and just lost it all. And that's what like mentally destroys people. Exactly. That's pretty true. I would say that's pretty true, Necro. I mean, obviously, S&TGI is opening here. We're around 560, so I'm going to go ahead and take some profits. Put that alert out. Profit, SNTGI, SNTG, not I. Where are we at here? 590. I think we're actually halted again, but oh no, we're not halted. Thank God. I was like, I missed my opportunity here. Good, good, good. But yeah, you know what? This market is super crap, and like if you can learn to make money when things are this choppy, when you hit a bull market with penny stocks, it's so easy. You just need to scan the right stocks, and then like I wish I was doing recordings back then because it would be so easy for you guys to see the difference where it would be like we just buy into something at the beginning of the day, watch it run up 100% and then take our money out. It was just that was it. That was basically it every day. It literally took no skill. And it wasn't just like an hour a day. It was like the market was running for most of the day. So I mean, I would stick around for like 2 hours instead of 1 hour. Sometimes in the beginning, like during that market, I was actually here most of the day. Um, Trading just for the fun of it. But yeah, now it's not really worth playing more than an hour. There were so many 100% runners yet. What about pre-COVID? Pre-COVID was like a still relatively bullish market. Um, Man, it's hard thinking that far back. I was like, what, just about 3 years ago now? Probably a little bit longer. When did that start? 2020? SNTG halted down. Yeah, no kidding. That's okay. Made out with like 80 cents there. Still holding on to a little bit. I would really like to not see this get stopped out, but we're pretty close on our stop here, so it's a tough choice there. We did hit 120, 122 here on CNET. Maybe we just touched 123 there. So, again, decent place to take a little bit out on CNET. Pre-COVID was, yeah, it was a pretty bullish market. It wasn't like this. This is super choppy and it's changing like every day, or I wouldn't say every day, probably like every week, right? Depending on what the feds are saying, there's so many meetings, they're saying different things each time. We're waiting, we're hanging on their every word. In a market like where Trump was in charge, like the market was just kind of rallying almost every day. And then it got a really harsh correction when COVID happened, which was terrible for some who didn't understand what was happening, and great for others who did. And then ever since then, it's kind of been, we when COVID happened, we had a nice bull run for like a year, but then we needed another harsh correction when people found out we aren't actually really you know, doing too much about COVID. We're actually just spending money on stuff that doesn't need anything. That's exactly why I want Trump back. He was my favorite president in the U.S. by far because he literally made the market great again. It was awesome. It was such a nice bull run while he was in charge. Because that's what he does, right? He's a businessman. The Trump pump, yeah, yeah, no kidding. But I don't know anything about his policies. I don't really care about the politics behind it or anything. I just know Joe Biden sucks. Sorry if anyone here loves Joe Biden, but he's terrible. He's funny to watch on YouTube though when he's like falling downstairs and can't find a door in front of him, or has a coat on backwards, or he's got cue cards telling him to sit down, stuff like that. But it's rough. A new war, yeah. Trump was insane. Trump. Okay, so the problem with Trump that people didn't like was Trump was too blunt. He had good ideas, he made things happen, and other countries were genuinely afraid of him because, like, if he said he was going to do something, he was the kind of guy that would actually do it. So you don't want him saying something that's not good. Yeah, I agree to a certain extent. If Trump wanted to stay in power, he had to keep his mouth shut, and I think he was going to leak some stuff that they didn't want the public knowing, and that's why they booted him and tried to have him arrested and all that kind of stuff. And it has nothing to do with taxes because all rich people evade taxes. He would have won re-election, yeah. Yeah, I liked him too. I liked how blunt he was, and I kind of thought he was a joke before he was president, but he's a good businessman. Like, of course, he had a good head start when he was younger from his dad and stuff, but um, a lot of people have that head start and never make it nearly as big as Trump did, right? You can get $1 million loan and blow that in a day, and never see that money again. So while he did get an unfair start, I guess, he also made it work for him. So and he grew a lot of his own success off that. We're at 124 here on CNET. I'm gonna take some more because I took some at 117. I have a little bit left. I really do need to get another entry on this. Yep, traders especially know that. All the alien stuff, yep. I do remember that. Very interesting. A lot of people are saying aliens have been around for a long time. Didn't know he had commercials, yeah. He did not start a new war. Yeah. Wait, who are we talking about here? Biden or Trump? I feel like Biden's just going the wrong direction with like literally everything, and it's just everything he says that's it's just stupid. He needs to stop talking. Trump didn't. Um, I think Trump could have started a new war. I'm not really too into the wars or anything, but you know, I think the reason that most of the stuff was really tame is because if he said he was gonna shoot missiles at you damn right he's gonna shoot missiles at you. So a lot of people like he wasn't very good at politics. I think that's what it was, right? He's just one of those people that, if you give the nuclear launch codes to him, he's probably going to use them if he wants to use them. He's not going to really think about the repercussions. He's going to fuck up with North Korea because of the war. Trump went to North Korea and talked about peace. We can now, yeah, yep, yeah. That was another thing. He had good relationships with a lot of people that the states actually kind of needs good relationships with, including Putin. Okay, so we drop down and to stop for the remainder here. This could be another good recovery play. No, they would have never because he would have put his foot down like right away on it instead of playing this like, pardon my language, but basically pussyfooting around the whole thing like Biden and Trudeau were doing, which I really don't agree with. Anyways, jumping back in on SMTG here. $5 gonna go for $6 on it with a 480 stop, I guess. We're running really hard again, so I'm trying to get these alerts out fast, but at least that time I got a slightly better entry. Like not a whole lot better, about 5 cents better, but yeah. Yeah, he was not politically correct. Yeah, no kidding. For 540, I can take a little bit here, and we're not halted this time, which is good. Taking profit, SNTG, 540-ish. All over the place with this trade. Already up and then already down. CNET still holding at 122. We did hit 126 there. I'm kind of holding for like 130. Take out the rest. Juke W here, still holding nicely, I guess. CNET all over the place. And then we have SNTG literally just all over the place. Yep, definitely. Yep. Sounds like most of us are on the same page that Biden isn't necessarily doing much good for the US. Although beyond the stock market, I have really no, and what social media says, obviously, I don't really know what he's doing, right? I'm not even in the US, so my opinion doesn't really count for a whole lot. But just from what I hear and what I see, he's not really ideal. Although, if I'm being honest, I feel like Obama wasn't really ideal either for what I needed out of a US president. But I mean, I know Obama did do some good, so he was more of a peacekeeper than anything, from what I could tell. Which is fine, but I mean, you can't be the world's superpower and be a peacekeeper at the same time, I think. I think that was kind of his problem. Juke W took a nasty drop down to a 110 there. I'm not really looking for a re-entry on this because we're seeing very little price action and very little volume, so CNET still looking good. Still hard to find an entry. I don't know when this run is going to end, so I'm kind of iffy on taking another trade. Unless we get down to about 113, maybe 114, I might consider a new entry then. SNTG still holding. I think this is going to run again. I think this could be good. Who was before Obama? Was it Bush? Bush was funny. I know he was funny. Honestly, I know more US presidents than I do Canadian prime ministers, which I think is hilarious because I've lived here like my whole life. They're just really boring. Yeah. Like I think the first one I heard about was Harper. I don't know if he was good or bad. I have no idea of literally anybody who came before Trudeau after that, and Trudeau is kind of crap. So, of course, you are. US stocks move faster. There's more people, they have more influence, and Canada is super, super minuscule in comparison. I think the US has like 600 million people, and we have like 30 million or something. So, um, if you want to make money in a market, you have to play the US, but you could play the European or, the Asian markets, and those have a lot of people and have a lot of movement as well, but the US one is a little bit easier to understand for us. I haven't touched Forex. I've been told many, many times I'd probably be really good at it, but I haven't really gotten around to it. I went for futures first. So I'm trying futures. Futures is pretty good. I can make a decent amount of money off that, so try that for a little while, and then maybe I'll try Forex after. Starting to see that move back on SMTG here. Where else am I streaming on? I'm on Discord in our live Discord here. So if you're on YouTube, you have a delay of about 45 seconds to a minute. If you're on Discord, it is no delay. Minus odd time, where I think on opens it has like a 2 or 3 minute delay for whatever reason, and then it goes back to normal. I asked Solburn about that. He has no idea what could cause that either. CNET with a drop down to 113. This is the area we were looking at. This is going to be risky, so I'm going to jump in on it anyways. CNET 113. I'm going to go for 120 as a PT and a 110 stop loss. So we'll just turn this line red. Could be a terrible, terrible play here, but we're going to see. And somebody asked a question. What was your entry on SNTG? This time around, it was 505. The last one before that was 511. So I actually got a better entry on this one because I was a little bit quicker at it. However, it could have been a lot better. We could have gotten like 490 or better on it if I wasn't so busy talking and was more focused on the stocks. But it is what it is. Hoping we catch CNET here at a good moment. Gonna be buying it. I don't really think I'm going to move that stop loss. I mean, you could probably move it down to 108 if you really feel like it, but I'm starting to think that probably won't matter. I want this to turn around like right now for it to be bullish. I don't want to wait. All right, we're seeing some movement here. 115, I'm going to think about taking some profit because I entered 112. So, you know, it could be 3% right there. Taking profit, CNET 115 when it hits. If it hits. Kind of iffy at this point. Duo's not really doing anything, so we're going to leave that alone. And we have some profit here on SNTG, but I'm kind of waiting for like maybe 560 or 580 to take more. Says invalid. Don't really know how on Discord. Okay, hang on. We were having this problem before with Discord, the invites. I think I have to click on a specific channel to make this work. Paste. Okay, see if that one works. It's for elite members only, so you would have to buy the membership to get on the stream with no delay. But with these kind of alerts, you kind of need it. Otherwise, it's more of a learning tool. You know, 45-second delay on a lot of these stocks wipes out like half the profits on it, so it's kind of hard. SNTG kind of moving here. Still hoping to see this 115 here on CNET, but it's not giving it to us quite yet. PCAP not really moving. Riot, yeah, see, Riot's just not really doing anything. Duke W, nah. All right, we look like we're maybe making a push here for 115. Come on. It wants to curl. Come on, CNET, make a move. We're starting to see the market really slow down here in the last like 10 minutes. Ah, there's 115 right there. Okay, we're locking in some profits. Still not working, eh? What the hell? Yeah, there's like no movement on them. Okay, let's see, invite people this way. Copy. Okay, see if this one works. If it's not working, it could be because you're already in the Discord, but if you're not on Rags to Riches, then it should work. But I know we've been having some problems lately, and I'm not quite sure how to fix that. But I mean, one of these is gonna work eventually here. Oh, just about hitting 116 here on CNET, so it looks like we made the right choice jumping in this. Could have picked a little bit better because it went down to 111, bought in 112, was kind of aiming for 113, so whoa, 120, taking profits. Can't pass that up, that's big. Big, 120. Okay. SNTG is not really moving. CNET with the volatility spike out of nowhere. Nice momentum play here. We could actually make our way back up to that 125 area pretty quick if we can maintain that kind of bullishness. Yes. My students, there's a meeting at 3 p.m. EST on Saturday. Might have to have permissions to join. If you don't mind, maybe just copy your Discord username and send it in the chat, and I'll add you as a friend, and I'll see if I can get you to get it to work. Because maybe sometimes if you've got a weird name or something and you try to join, we have bots that will just instantly ban you. And maybe that happened. I could take a look if I know your name on it. If you just like click on your name on Discord, it'll copy and you can just paste it here, and then I'll add you. We hit 121 there on CNET. This is looking beautiful. Yeah, definitely. I mean, like we're around a lot. I mean, on the weekends and stuff, I'm still around. I'm just in the gaming channel, and I don't mind talking about charts while I'm gaming or anything, you know. What else? I mean, even during the week. So the master meeting at this point is like almost really non-existent anyway. It's really just me, Jackal, and Shade that show up, and we talk about almost nothing. Um, I'm just there for the hour to see if anybody needs help with anything or anything like that. But yeah, we don't talk about like stock stuff too much. I mean, we talk about how the week went and stuff for like maybe 3 minutes of the hour, but that's about it. Yeah, there was a nice spike on Duo. I'm not sure if that's gonna hold. Okay, I'll add you in a minute here, and we'll see if I can figure that out for you. No, it's for master students. Anyone can join like the gaming chats and stuff though. Or if I'm on like live on anything else here, you guys you're more than welcome to join and ask questions and stuff. IT workers here, I honestly think we have quite a few. IT's good. It's hard to break into though, depending on what you want, right? Like you actually need to go and get certifications before you'll get a job in IT, and even like junior admins still require like 5 years of experience. It's stupid. Exactly. If you want special training, start playing COD. That's exactly right. Okay, so I'm gonna add you. I'm not really even sure how to work Discord enough to do this, but I'll figure it out. Friends. Where is it? Oh, add friends, a big green button there. Okay, so I sent you a friend request. That are subsidized, yeah. I'm not really an IT worker. Like I've got my cybersecurity degree, but I never actually ended up using it. I think I did my practicum and they asked me to stay, and I was like, not unless you're gonna pay me like $100,000 a month, because it was interfering with my trading. So unfortunately, I mean, I know there's like online gigs I could do too, but it's really just not worth it. MSPs are so boring though. I mean, for me in cybersecurity, it's pretty boring. Like they just, I went to 3 of them, and their security was like Bitdefender. It's like, oh, great. But regardless, you'd make more like 100K a year, not a month. No, in IT, yeah, you're probably well to start out, you're probably looking at like 50 or 60K a year in IT. If you're just like a junior admin or something. Um, and then like if you specialize in something, you could make decent money. Like if I was to go and get a job as like a red team or blue team, I'd probably be making anywhere from like 90 to 160K a year. Yeah, cybersecurity does very well. Yeah, definitely. It's not easy to get into, but you know, it's once you're in, you're in. Man, nothing is moving. We're almost out of time anyway. We're still holding some CNET here. I think that's basically it. Juke W has been let go. Yeah, SNTG we're still holding on to, but I'm not sure what's gonna happen with that one, so we'll just have to wait and see. NYPD. Yeah, so that's something I was actually interested in when I was going through it because I was also doing digital forensics. So I kind of want to join the police force and do digital forensics for them, but they kind of pay like crap here for that. It wasn't very good. And yeah, you think it'd be sick, but you have to deal with some. Okay, so with police, and digital forensics, you got to think about all the hard stuff you have to do, right? You're breaking into hard drives, um, for people who could be doing stuff like child pornography or murders, and you could have to look at those pictures, and then you have to attest to it in court and show up to court and all that kind of stuff. So it sounds really cool, but it's definitely not for everybody. Okay, so as far as money board goes, we made $1,200 today, so much better than yesterday. Yesterday was absolute garbage. Today, definitely decent. Again, 9 wins, 1 loss. We're looking at a win rate of 87%. That's pretty high. I mean, we're nearing 90% win rate so far this month. I know that's not going to hold. We'll probably drop down a little bit, but that's looking pretty good so far. As far as trade summary goes, 94%. So actually, best day of this month so far. Took a 3.7% loss. I think our biggest wins were we actually took 15% on Duo. Is that right? Duo 133 to 153. Oh yeah, right. We hit that massive spike. That's right. Yeah, so that's not off. That's right. For some reason I thought that was off. SMTG was a decent one twice. CNET was huge. I think this other CNET one might be huge too. And SMTG, we're only at 6.9% right now, but that could change, right? Because we're still in CNET, we're still in SMTG. And hopefully these pan out. I think SMTG's got a pretty good chance because we've seen so much bullish volume out of this. And CNET not panning out. We will be that'll lower that percentage a little bit because we have to stop. But other than that, we're pretty much done for the day. No red day in a while, not for almost 400 days or whatever. Yep, exactly. And that's the thing, right? You want to be green every day. If you can, even if it's not a lot of green, if you can just be green every day, it builds up your confidence quite a bit, and that confidence plays a big role in your trading. So try to be green as much as you can, even if it's like $1 green, it doesn't matter. It's more of a psychological thing. Because like for me, being green every day, I can walk into any market and say, you know what, it looks like crap today, but I know at the end of the day, I'm still going to make at least a little bit of money. And that kind of mind frame, just it puts you in the right kind of mind frame right away. 34 days in a row, yeah, that's pretty good. That's better than most traders. Exactly, gains are gains, even if it's $2 a day. I mean, what are you really doing, right? You're sitting here for an hour and you're clicking on a keyboard and looking at charts for however much you make. Right now, it might be $2. Could be next year you could be making $2,000 a day. So, exactly. Small piles become big piles. There you go. Sold everything. That's what you need to do. Yep. Anyways, guys, I'm hopping off. Sorry you're new to Discord. No, it's okay. I'm gonna message you on Discord, and we'll figure it out there. But yeah, I'm gonna hop off. Have a good day, everybody. Enjoy your afternoon trading, and I will see you students tomorrow, and I will see the rest of you next week. Take care, guys.